Yep, that's where we're going now. And look, again, every time that we bring somebody up here, I want to talk about what their path was on the way.
It's bonkers.
This dude had to get through, Tachikawa had to get through, I should say, including Koji Kyoji, Kawano, let's see, Ebihara, and Momochi.
Oh my goodness,
to get here.
Ridiculous
So
path.
pretty good stuff.
A lot of those players still in this top 8 as well. So,
Yeah,
like,
man.
it is wild to see how much he had to overcome a lot of the strong players who were having good days. It's not even just strong players that, you know, might not have been on that day, but they ended up making top 8 later. So they were playing well on top of everything else. So big ups to Tachikawa in this position. Of course, Kakeru on the other side, who has been one of the premier players of SF6 since the launch of the game, obviously made his name on JP, but has since been putting bodies in bags with the Akuma. Definitely a very dangerous player. Because before that, obviously, he was a very great Ryu player as well. So
yes.
he has those Shoto fundies in him.
Yeah, in Street Fighter V, he had a really strong Ryu. So, yeah, cool to see. He had to get through a bunch of players again, including Zabeth and Higuchi and Tsuji to get into this position.
Bro.
Yeah, you know, Akuma, I think we all think is strong.
Yeah.
And I'm sure over time we'll see more and more of him. But going into EVO, a lot of players I knew who thought that Akuma was strong and like planned to end up playing Akuma didn't want to yet switch away from their character because he was relatively new and he hadn't been figured out yet, which I get. Now that things have changed, I'm sure that we'll see more, but he already was putting in the work, Kakeru, and already was doing damage with Akuma even before that.
100%. And it's understandable, especially in the situation with Akuma, a character that has less health, meaning that you get less chances to make mistakes. So I understand not wanting to switch if you're a top player and you have a big tournament like EVO or EWC coming up. You know, I mean, you really, this is one of those characters where you have to be right more often than not because of how fragile he is. So those growing pains of learning the character and making these mistakes, they'll cost you dearly, more so than learning other characters. So definitely understand it. But Kakeru, he's committed, and man has the commitment been paying off so far. He's in winner side top 8 of this one, going up against Tachikawa on the Ed, as we mentioned, a very popular character in Asia, and he's been on the M groove, the modern control scheme, since the beginning of the game. So love seeing him continue to explore that and on a new character on top of everything else.
Here we go. Let's hop into the match. This is 49th place at EVO Kakeru, and it is 13th place at EVO Tachikawa.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember Tachikawa going really far
Deep
at EVO.
runs, yeah. Uh-oh, not a great start here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a tournament that had 5,700 entrants in it. So to get 13th in it, or even 49th, pretty wild.
Yeah, exactly. Even 49th out of the 5,000, the 5,500 plus is wild to see, to say the least. Oh, no. I don't know what he was going to the flicker about right there. Maybe the projectile was not going to hit. But speaking of projectiles not hitting, stuffs the anti-air, or stuffs the air-to-air fireball with the DP.
Yeah, if Akuma gets hit out of that, the fireball goes away. Thank you to the SF gods for allowing that. Wow! Yeah. Oh, no! Huge opportunity missed.
Both options just pixels out of range for both sides. Oh, no!
All right, Kakeru. Oh, no! What a genius!
Kakeru, why didn't you kill? It's okay. He baited the DP out. I was like, yo. But yeah, what a teleport into the call out on the jump. Because obviously, right, the teleport has the command grab follow up now. So a lot of the time people are jumping in response to the teleport startup.
If you hear the ooh, then it's like time to jump. But if the opponent's smart enough, then maybe not.
Oh, Kakeru, you're so good, bro. Blocks the drive reversal. You already know the punish was in tow. -6. And he's got a nice 6-frame punch, the crouch medium punch.
Gonna just have a little bit of drive. Oh, unless he spends the full. No, okay, he's holding onto the bar.
Safety jump. Oh my goodness. Strung that man up to take the rest of his drive gauge with the safe jump string into the DI for the stun. Wow.
Quite a game one for Kakeru there.
Yeah, very explosive start. Tachikawa had moments of brilliance, but kind of ended up just being awkward the way it played out.
Dude, in that first round, he really could have taken it.
Yeah.
The battle for this position right here. Ed has a lot of control there, but at the same time, Akuma's walk speed and his own fireball game and his air fireball approach, he's just got a lot of different tools to get across that, around that, over it.
You know, and we talked about kind of gelling with strengths and weaknesses as players and characters, but that's something that the modern control scheme does as well, right? Because of the slower startup on Ed's anti-air, the modern controls make up for a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh, just as I say that, though, he still gets empty jumped on. Kakeru exposing that, goes with the teleport. That was incredibly meaty.
Yeah, I'll say that was cool.
Oh, the cross-up.
Yeah, what I assume was intended to have been a Dragon Punch, just didn't quite come out.
Yeah, didn't get there in time. It was a really awkward range to
Yeah.
jump at, so he was probably trying to input to make sure he didn't get crossed up on. And it just came out too late. There we go, crouch heavy kick punish. There's the DP that we talked about, right? The mind controls going to be able to thwart a lot of that. And you can see Kakeru, oh my goodness, what movement on the ground.
Yeah, even though the frame data of the actual move doesn't change, just not having to actually input anything and instead only pressing a button or two, it shaves off a few frames that can be vital.
I remember when Rashid came out and he was having a lot of problems with the anti-airs, Richard Wynn was playing modern control Rashid, and he was like, yeah, way more consistent with the modern controls.
That makes sense.
Oh, and then the meaty crouch medium punch comboed into itself all the way through Kakeru.
Man, when I see a lot of Akuma's play, they're getting a little bit of damage here and there. And like, you know that his damage potential is very high if the right things come together, but they don't often actually get that much. This dude is always in position, always has the setup, the meaty, whatever it takes to get big, big damage.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how like his whole entire game plan kind of flows around finding hits like that, right? He's not just trying to settle for what his opponent's going to give him. He's looking to set up the big hits later on.
Okay.
Ooh, like even right there, right? The backdash into the slight walk forward, back up. Nonetheless, Tachikawa still with corner control. 3 bars as well with the modern controls backing him up.
Okay. Denied it. No plus frames for Tachikawa there.
Yeah, you see Kakeru, he knows. He can't throw a fireball. He can't do the jump fireball. The 3 bars plus the modern controls, forcing him to play very slow right now. But man, these whip punish sweeps.
Scare! Oh my god! Tachikawa was absolutely willing to take the grab.
The discipline right there.
No, that is no!
Oh, it didn't end up hitting. Tries to
No,
go through.
you guys!
What in the world
Get
is
it
happening?
together!
Oh my!
Wow.
I respect them, like trying to go for backstage punishes constantly and just being a little bit short. Oh,
It reminds me of
my
like being in
goodness.
bumper cars when you're trying to hit somebody else, but like your car has to turn first, and like as you're turning, you're both missing each other.
Oh man, yeah, 2 shifts passing in the night wasn't even apt for that one. That was definitely more bumper cars.
Okay, great start. Tachikawa here, yes.
Yeah, even keeping the corner with that one, and then sniping with the stand medium kick, like we talked about. Those buttons just make people uncomfortable. You're not used to blocking from that range, like mediums and whatnot.
Oh.
So
These guys have played each other so much. You can totally tell.
And man, what a clutch perfect parry on that fireball from Tachikawa, because he was on a pixel. So when you parry when you're on a pixel, if you don't perfect parry, you're getting burnt out. And, you know, burnt out regardless. Wow. Kakeru, let's go into the immediate DI, right? Tachikawa had meter to respond, but I like that because he had such a significant life lead, right? So I like when people do that and just force the DIs when their life lead is like that, because then it at least drains the resource anyway, and the opponent is still in burn now. You still most likely have the corner. So it's smart from Kakeru in my opinion.
He's made it work a couple of times.
Oh,
Trying to jump in easily. Tachikawa denies it. Here we go. What do you got? He's had good pressure so far.
he has. Kakeru with clutch back.
That walk speed is such a threat from Akuma.
Like, it's crazy.
Trying to jump away with Tachikawa. Just no.
But Tachikawa has stabilized up a little bit. The blitz into the level 3. That's going to close out game 3. For a 2-1 lead. Looking solid so far. But yeah, like when you have a significant life lead and your opponent's in burnout, especially when the burnout just starts and you have the ability to just test them, I like it because, like I said, even if they super, that's meter drained for the rest of the round, for the next round as well. Obviously, that's meter that carries over. So I really like the idea of forcing the issue. But Kakeru does find himself down 2-1 here as Tachikawa trying to close out the set.
It's also important to not let modern players dissuade you from using all your options just because they got the M groove.
Very true.
You got to take your risks sometimes.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh,
That was okay, perfect on it.
That was so clean. Got the punish on it because he didn't follow up. Now we have the corner to ourselves. Yo, this crouch heavy kick from Ed though reaches so far.
And these guys are playing on Yomi Layer 1000.
The
Is he there?
OD
Nice.
Fireball. Oh, and it looked like it was an empty jump. Kakeru got it out just in time. That was very, very close to Tachikawa landing and fully punishing.
And backing off. This huge threat around that range right there, in and out of that spot.
It's so scary from both sides, right?
Yes.
Because Kakeru, he has great walk speed on the Akuma and get in, start his game up. Tachikawa has ways to keep him out, but if Kakeru commits to something early, we see things like this happen. Level 3, another huge life lead right now. How is he going to utilize it, though? What type of risk is he going to take?
He is right there afterward. Jeez.
Yeah. Goes nowhere. Didn't want to commit to a drive rush cancel right there. Would have burnt him out. So just poking with the crouch medium kick.
Okay. No.
Brother.
To the other side? Put himself back in?
Scary.
Come on. Tachikawa was so focused on reacting to something that he saw something he did not expect. Dash forward grab rather than a fireball or whatever else may have come that he was ready for. Just goes to show you, having reactions isn't just about what your speed is. It's also about what you're looking for, and that was not what Tachikawa was looking for. Or sorry, Kakeru was looking there.
When it comes to reactions, like expectations go hand in hand with reactions, right? Yes. Like the reason some reactions come out so quickly is because the person is already expecting that option to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, catching somebody off guard like that, that's gonna blow up their reactions even if they're good. And man, Kakeru has really rode that momentum in this next round, trying to debate something out, but Tachi committing to the throw here. Oh,
he did miss.
Ed called out. He did the commentary for us.
Yeah, I know.
Kakeru is smart.
He's whipping some stuff here. Yes, I was a little worried about him walking in and out of that spot.
A poke back. Nice backdash again. Kakeru really committing. Knowing that Tachikawa is most likely going to go for throw, because why would Kakeru try to avoid the throw, right? He's got such a life lead. That's the counter to the counter and the sweep. What spacing.
So match point now, Kakeru. Very interesting neutral style as Akuma. There have not been that many fireballs at range. It's just been walk speed in and out to the right spot.
Yeah, again, I think that does have to do with the modern controls.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Overhead. Opens him up here. Kakeru has the level 3 as well. Double drive rush combo will kill. Doesn't have the double drive rush. So, but he's not going to need it. The OD extension will be more than enough. My goodness. Shaving off that life. Kakeru in winners finals.
As close as the rest of that set was, yeah, that was very much in control at the end right there. Kakeru, he will face Orarin in winners finals. 2-3-2 sets, though, to start this top 8 out.
Yes, indeed, man. Very close. Love seeing it. Love seeing the close sets, especially nice and early here. Kakeru able to take it. And, we've been talking a little bit about this. Something that has been a trend with the DLC characters have been the OD routes, whether it be Ed, Akuma, Bison, and how strong they are. Not only because they do great damage, as we saw at the end right there, but when you do an OD route combo versus a drive rush cancel combo, the OD route combo builds meter back while the combo is still going. The drive rush cancel combos spin more, an additional one more drive meter, and they don't start building up until everything is done. That was a hilarious rounded.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you have the privilege of having some of those OD routes, like we see with Ed with the OD Flicker, like we see with Akuma with the OD Adamant Flame, he can cash out huge damage even in an instance where he can't double drive rush combo like we saw at the end there.
Taking a look back at some real close moments between both of these. Very interesting back and forth. That drive reversal we saw a couple of times after having parried the Flicker. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially offensively.